Welcome back, folks, to another video review. I am the Tech Gooch, and this time I have a secondary product from Linksys to showcase to you. So, kind of going in turn with my previous review, which was actually on the WRT series, the 3200 from Linksys as well. So Linksys sent me over one of their Wi-Fi range extenders. This is their MaxStream range extender, which is a dual band AC1900 range extender with MU-MiMo technology. So, for those of you not in lingo with it, MiMo basically allows you to have multiple users connected simultaneously, getting served simultaneously with your data. So it actually helps speed up specifically demanding services like streaming, right? So if you're interested in that, go ahead and look into that technology. It's pretty awesome. This guy has it in there, as does most all of Linksys' new routers that they've put out in the last year or so. So they sent me this to showcase to you guys, to review for you, to extend in obviously in the perfect scenario another MU-MiMo router, but you can use this with any of the Linksys routers out there, and more than likely any of the other routers that you really have out there. Most range extenders you can use to extend other routers, but of course they make it to work with their own product very, very well. So my house has walls that don't like to allow Wi-Fi to run through them very well. I have basically it's kind of a concrete coating over them to make them really, really hard and really, really nice plaster, but at the same time it kind of makes it really hard to go through multiple walls. So I add in range extenders. In this case, I have a singular router, just the standard Linksys WT router, with this guy as the secondary. Essentially, I have this one located about, I would say, about 30 feet from the actual router itself, plugged into an outlet, just at outlet level, and then it repeats my signal throughout the remainder of the house, basically the bedroom section. Works awesome. Really, really easy to set up. Now, out of all range extenders, and I've done reviews and videos for like the Apple routers, right, where I can do a range extension. This is easier to set up. It's literally basically you plug it in nearby where you want to be within viewing distance of the two routers, so you can basically see them and touch them. You plug it in and let it boot up. You hit basically the connect button on the back of the router, and then you hit it on the side of this guy. Wait for the light to go green to say it's connected, and if you have two SSIDs with each band, you repeat the process for the second band. Really easy, and it works really well. And to be honest, the range is very, very. It adds double the range almost. The one gripe I would have in this specific way of doing it, which really isn't a gripe, it's just one way to look at things, is that you have two different SSIDs for each band that you multiply. So you have the main SSID, or the Wi-Fi network name, at the router, and you have a second Wi-Fi network name at the extender. So in my house, it's my last name, which is Schuster, or Schuster 5 gigahertz. It's Schuster 5 gigahertz extended at the extender. So each extender will actually have its own extended protocol. So you'll have to actually make sure that your devices have both protocols or both names with the passwords saved into them in order to pass off fluently. So that's one gripe I would have to say about it. But then again, it's not. This is not based on the singular multi-point access system like an Eero system or something like that. So once you get it set up properly, and once you get the passwords entered in your system, you have really no issues with Wi-Fi. So I'm actually going to take the video over and actually show you the actual extender itself, and show you what it looks like. I'm going to do another video on my Geek Smart channel on the setup of this guy, so keep tuned for that. I will put a card on this video for that as well. But let's head over to the wall and I'll actually show you the extender. Alright? So this is the extender, which I have obviously nice and shadowy right there. I would say about a good 30 feet from my actual router, but it's basically broadcasting the Wi-Fi signal to my bedrooms. When I'm actually connected to this guy, I can actually show you within my phone here itself. There are multiple networks available, so this one will show you I have extended versus, there's the 5 gigahertz extended versus the standard 5 gigahertz. So there's, you can see the various things there. but it's, you know, it sticks out from the wall a little bit, and just has an indicator light. There is the button on the side, which I show you here. That's the WPS button, so if I want to actually connect it, when I'm connecting it and setting it up with my router, that's what you use. And then there's the reset button if you want to actually reset it and start over. Otherwise, there's just the indicator light on it. If I unplugged it and then plugged it back in, you know, it'll start its blinking process saying that it's not connecting or booting up and then trying to connect. If this was an amber color blinking, that means that it doesn't have a signal or it doesn't have internet connection. And then when it goes solid green, you actually have an internet connection. So pretty simple. So as you can see, it's not the smallest, but also not the largest thing in the world. It will plug into the wall and stay on the wall. If I was to say one gripe on it, and this would be on the large guy itself. Now my outlets have a really stupid fancy cover over them, which is thicker than most. It's not like the white plastic, right? If you saw that, it was kind of like a decorative design. I'm going to probably eventually just put them over to the white plastic, because the one gripe I have about this is that you can knock it off the wall. Now, in a regular outlet that doesn't have those fancy design covers over them, you probably don't have that issue. However, when my wife is like plugged in the vacuum, sometimes she bumps it and it can fall out. You just plug it back in, it reconnects automatically. But I will say that happens, and that's going to be with any of these devices that plug in. Now this is obviously a larger plug-in module, so it's easier to hit it, I will say. So that's the one gripe I would say about it. It's really small, but I would say that my scenario is probably because of those decorative covers. Other than that, pretty awesome. You can add multiple of these to your router and extend your entire house, all depending on the size of your house. One will actually do my house. I could add a second one if I wanted to put another one downstairs, just so I have a faster connection in the basement. But in this case, I really don't need it. So yeah, so that's the Wi-Fi range extender. Stay tuned for the actual tutorial video that I have for the setup procedure, and that way you can actually see how it gets set up, which I will link to in the future. Otherwise, I want to say thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, comment below if you have any questions or comments. Check us over on Facebook at techgooch, as well as thetechgooch.com. So thanks for checking us out, guys. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, we will catch you on the next video. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.